Okay. All right, Ellen, it was great to get to know you in the interview questions. Let's go on to the case interview. Are you ready, Ellen?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah,
All right, let's go for it.
let's do it.
So, our client is the CEO of a major English soccer team. He's called you while brimming with excitement after receiving news that Lionel Messi was looking for a new team. Players of Messi's quality rarely become available and would surely improve any team. However, with COVID-19 restricting budgets, money will be tight and would need to generate a return. He would like to figure out what the right amount of money to offer would be.
Got you. So, our client is the CEO uh, of an English soccer team, and he's looking for. And now there's an option that on the market that is Messi, and he's looking for a new team, and so he's considering what is the right um package to offer to Messi, right?
Yes.
Great. May I? Yeah. Great. May I understanding? I mean, what is the business model of the soccer team?
Great. So you mean how the team makes money?
Yeah.
Actually, if you could brainstorm quickly a couple revenue streams, that'd actually be interesting to hear what you have to say. What would be some revenue streams for a sports team?
Yeah, for from the top of my head, I would think that for one thing that is play games, right? That's play games and then
To win a tournament, right? To win a tournament. Yeah.
yeah, win the tournament. Yeah, you're
Mhm.
right.
And what else would be?
And the sell some sell the souvenir of the team.
Mhm.
That's for merchandise, and also and they could sell their um the IP. They could sell to television. They could sell to the other distribution channel. That's the one that to earn the IP revenue, and and also I think they could earn some money from advertisement,
Mhm.
right? From
Absolutely.
adver
Yeah.
yeah.
Great. Yeah, those are some great revenue streams.
Yeah, great. And so you mentioned it has been during the COVID, the budget's becoming tight. So can you offer me some more background information of what is happening to this industry and what is going on during the COVID? Yeah.
Well, with the COVID-19 restricting budget, there are just money would be tighter. We'll go later on into what kind of the constraints will be, but our client would like to generate a return. But however, the exact we'll have to calculate later on what the situation is.
Great. And is there any specific target they're looking for? So how
Um,
long they want to like how long they want to achieve the break even or time frame, any special target?
Absolutely. So the team's goal is to win the European Championship within 3 seasons. And due to recent the financial restrictions, all of their player acquisitions must be offset with new revenue within 5 years.
So so basically they have two target in their head. The one is win championship for next 3 years, right?
Within three
Within
seasons.
within 3 seasons.
Mhm.
So that's one target. And the second target is so they cover the player acquisition fee within the 5 years, right?
Yep.
Great. I think, yeah, I think I got. And is there any other restriction that you think I should keep in mind before I that
Um,
structure?
no, 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 that seems like you got some great questions. So Yeah, I think you're good.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Can I take a few moments to structure my thoughts?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think so to decide what is the proper amount to offer to Macy, I think we need to consider uh this problem in so one is consider that from um our internal so to decide what would be the appropriate amount to offer to Macy, I think we need to tackle that problem from two perspectives. So one is from internal, the other is from external. So within the internal problems, I think I need to we need to consider what would be the change that Macy could bring up to increase the revenue that we generate in the coming years, and also whether our internal operation that could largely uh, uh, whether our internal operation that is efficient enough to to best um to best exercise the Macy's potential, either including their potential in their professional expertise, and also considering whether we can increase the Macy's potential to generate the revenue. So and then moving on to consider the external factors. So we need to I would like to learn more about the market dynamic. So what is going on in the teams that we want to compete with? So how is the dynamic of their players player status? Are they getting a new star, or are they losing their good players? So then we could, and from then on, then we could get a better idea. So whether we could win the championship within the 3 seasons. And then finally, I also like to consider some risk factors and how to mitigate that, because we're still in the COVID period. So how long? I mean that how I mean what would we expect that to end, and how long will that prolong? What if that people change their consumption behavior like forever? So we cannot sell enough tickets to cover the cover our expectation. Then how do that factors influence our decisions? So that is how I so
Mhm.
that is how I would suggest our tackle these problems.
Absolutely. So where would you like to start?
First of all, I would like to start. I would like to understand our revenue expectation. In the next 5 years.
Absolutely. Before we do that, however, in acquiring Messi into our team, we'll have to look at not only how much revenue he'll generate, but as a whole, right? What would Messi as a acquisition target would bring to our company, right? So, um, looking at the target we're looking to acquire, would you like to know anything about that our acquisition first?
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me pull up an exhibit for you. Great. Can you see my screen? Oh, there it is.
Pretty clear. So so from the first column, that is the peer, the other options that is still available on the market, right? So those are the players that we could possibly then make an offer for to them to consider to join our team, right?
Oh, just to clarify, these are recent transfers of top forwards. So these have already been big players that have been acquired by other teams. However, these are the transfer fees are just to compare. This is
Oh, I
their
see.
transfer. They have already been acquired by other teams.
I see. So for the so now we can tell that from the fourth column is the total transfer fee is the range from 56 million to 310 million. So that is the range for the transfer. And so for the three, may I have a question? So what is the age of Messi?
Yeah, so Lionel Messi is 33 years old.
It's at 33 years old.
Yeah, for Lionel Messi, it's in a different question. Lionel Messi is 33 years old, just like Cristiano Ronaldo.
I see, gotcha. So then I think the better comparable maybe also the players from that is above 25 years old. So that is um the lowest price we have is Pierre 56 million, and the most expensive is Ronaldo is one almost close to 120 million. So I think that would be the good comparable for us. And also we need to understand the goal contribution. Goal contributions include goals and assists. The European average for attacking players is 12. Over 30 is considered elite. So we also need to consider the goal contribution as well. So
Mhm.
30 is the elite. So Ronaldo is at 36.
62.
It's
Ronaldo,
pretty, it's yeah,
62, right?
yeah, 62. Yeah,
Yeah.
62 is pretty high. And the consider the uh, so for my understanding, I mean, I can extract two important information. So one is the transfer fee is highly dependent on the age at the time of the players. So if the player is younger and then it has a longer term to develop their potentials, then they could generate more revenue. So even though the Kylian, the youngest players, is at 19 and with only contribution at 31, which is half of the Ronaldo's number, but the transfer fee is it is more than double. It's almost triple of the Ronaldo.
Mhm.
So it's only reasonable for us to consider the similar age of Macy's. So which means the Killian's number that is not a good comparable for us to consider.
Mhm.
So now we consider for Ronaldo is at 62, the transfer fee is 117. and Pierre is at age 29, and the goal contribution is 28, and the transfer fee is 56 million, and the Costa is 27, goal contribution 28, the transfer fee is 62 million. So yeah.
So, with these comparisons in mind, with the goal contributions and transfer fee, how would you use that information to recommend a a transfer fee for Lionel Messi?
Yeah, absolutely. So for Messi at the age is 33, right? And so you have any data on the contribution, goal contribution data?
Yes,
Oh,
so Lionel Messi's contribution is 55 goal contributions.
it's 55.
Mm-hmm.
It's 55. Then the Messi offer definitely should be lower than Ronaldo. I
Well,
it's definitely
comparatively as an average of all the players. I know you said that age is a big factor, but as an estimate between all the players.
so you mean we don't need
Oh,
to consider the age influence to the final offer?
well, age would be important to consider. However, with it not being a complete direct comparison, um, it would be good to consider all of the comparisons of all the players, regardless of age. And
So you mean the key factor we need to consider is goal contributions, right?
yes, yes.
Oh, I see. So um hmm.
So here's a question. So if you can find
Oh, right. And then I mean, oh, quick question. So which year are we at? Are we at 2019 or 2018?
we're at 2021.
2009.
Yeah, with
Oh, we're
the
at 2021,
mhm.
and but we don't have any transaction happen during the past 3 years, right? So the only data we is available is at 2018
So
and
so
two,
just to do a quick calculation, what are you finding the average transfer fee would be per goal contribution?
yeah, sure. The average fee is so to calculate the average transfer fee, we could add them up together and divide it by 5. So it's one. So so let me do the math
Oh,
really.
you mean transfer fee per goal contribution, right? To see how many each goal would result in a transfer fee?
Oh, I see. And yeah, that's a good recommendation. So for
Mhm.
the from Ronaldo, the the transfer fee per
Just an
goal,
estimate. Yeah, just an estimate.
it's around 2 million per contribution. So for
Hmm.
the Neymar, it's around 10. It's less than 10.
Hmm.
So let's say it's
Yeah.
9 million. And the for Killian, it's around 10 million. And then Pierre is 2 million. Diago is a little bit more than 2.5 million.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we can see there's a huge drop from 2017 to 2008. So probably I'm not sure what's happening during that year, but it seems like the team has much tighter budget than 2017.
As well with the age, right? The age of the players.
Oh yeah, as
Yeah.
well. We need to consider the age of the player. Yeah, right.
So with these multiples, what would you estimate a good multiple would be for Lionel Messi to
So
to convert
yeah,
his yeah.
let's take well Ronaldo average is, I mean, we could take 2 million as a good estimate. We can took that 2 million per goal contributions as a starter. So then the Messi would be 110 million estimated
Mhm.
for the whole package.
Mhm. Great, yeah, but with the average being offset by Mbappe and Neymar, we can estimate a little bit more, right? So around 140 million.
140 million.
Yeah, just with the averages of all the players being a little bit higher.
Sure. Yeah.
Great. So 143 million, say. Um with this, um with the price of 143 million being Lionel Messi's transfer fee, how would you consider moving forward with the case, given the objective of our client?
Yeah, for next step, I would definitely love to know more about how much more revenue that Macy could generate for our team.
Absolutely. How would you recommend our client raise that money? We talked about a bit before, but
Yeah, so basically our goal is to consider whether we can cover the fee, the 143 million within the next 5 years. So uh so I would love to know, well, we did a quick brainstorm of the revenue
Mhm.
category. So from the tournament and the merchandise sale, IP sale, advertisement. So I'd like to understand under different category how Macy could generate more revenue for our team.
Absolutely. And just briefly, what would you recommend in terms of physical sales on the well, actually the game is being played?
Um, yeah, you have yeah, for the physical sales, the physical sales that include two categories. So one is the ticket sales, and the other is the merchandise sales. Uh, during the team, like including the drinks, the T-shirt, the souvenirs. So I think the first step
Mhm.
is I need to give a good estimate of what would be the potential size of the tickets, and how we're gonna sell ticket. Are we gonna sell that in a premium ticket and the average ticket? So yeah, you have any
Absolutely.
further data on that? So how large would be uh
Absolutely. So, those are all great ideas for revenue streams. I actually have some information on the current performance of all the channels of revenue stream. So, if I can provide them to you right now. So the team plays 25 home matches per year with an average ticket price of $50. The stadium has 60,000 seats and is 83.33% full on average per game. Each fan typically spends $10 on food and beverages. The TV rights are assigned based on popularity. The team currently receives $150 million per year in revenue. Sponsors currently pay $50 million a year. And in the past, the team has sold 1 million jerseys at a price of $100 each, but they only receive a 25% margin. So, given that information, could you calculate the current revenue for our team?
Great. So let me just repeat the information, just make sure I got everything. So we have 25 plays per year, and so the average ticket price is $50, and now we have 6,000 seats in the per stadium. So and on average is 83 percentage full, right?
Mm-hmm.
83 percentage, right?
83%, yes. And also it's 25, not 25 player, just to make sure, it's 25 home matches per year. So that would be when tickets are sold for our team. 25 home matches.
25 home matches per
Hmm.
year. Um, Got it. And fans spend $10 on the food and other merchandise on average. And also, so regarding the TV rights, I'd
Well,
like
just
to
to make sure it's $10 on food and beverages, not merchandise yet, just food on beverage. Ten
food.
dollars food and beverage.
Okay. So for the TV rights, we so you mentioned we sell the 150 million. That's what we earn per year. That's
Flat per year, yes.
And then you also mentioned another number is 50 million per year. So what is that we get for 50 million per year?
That is the sponsors. So
Oh,
sponsorship.
sponsorship.
Mhm.
Sponsorship. So got it. Uh, so you mean per year, not per place, right? The whole year that we earn
Just
150,
for the year.
150 and so 150 for TV right, 50 for sponsorship.
Yes.
Got you. And also you mentioned like jersey and 25%
Mhm.
margin. So what is that category about?
Exactly. So this is merchandise sales of the jersey. So they sell 1 million jerseys for a price of $100 each, but they only receive a 25% margin for each jersey sold.
Oh, I see. So for the merchandise, we sell 1 million units, but at $100 unit price and
Mm-hmm.
with 25% margin.
Yes.
So now we want to calculate the annual revenue, right?
Yes. What is the current revenue for our team before
What
Messi is acquired, if Messi would be acquired?
Yeah, great. So the current revenue, I would like to calculate that in different categories. So first, I want to calculate the category of the ticket sales.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to multiple the 6,000 seats and multiple 83 percentage, and then multiple the $50 and multiple the 25 place. So the total would be so for the ticket sales, so the total would be just 1 second.
Absolutely. So what would be the numbers you're calculating? So 60,000 times 83%, what would that be?
25 hundred and eight 2580. It's
So 83%, right?
oh
So five,
sorry,
six. Yeah,
sorry.
5, 6.
That's that is close to 5,000. Is it okay to run up to the 5,000?
Well, 83% of 60,000, right? That would be
4,980.
let's just make sure. So 80% of 60,000. So 60,000 seats. 83%
Eight,
of that. So if you were to say
oh,
83%,
so it's only 80% or 83%?
83%. Or if you think about it,
83%.
83% of 60,000 should be close to 60,000, right? So what would you say 83% of 60,000 would
Yeah,
be?
yeah, 80% of 3,000, it's 4,800.
Thousand, right? Thousand.
4,800 for 4,006. Oh, 60. Oh, there's
60,000
60,000 seats.
seats. Yeah, 60,000
Oh,
seats. Yeah.
sorry. I thought
No
it's
problem. No, no,
so 60,000.
60,000. Yeah.
Great. So the total would be 48,000, right?
50,000. Yeah, 48,000, right.
48,000.
48,000. Yeah.
48,000 for seats. And then so the price is and multiple the price and multiple 25 game, then that would be 12 That is
So let's round to 50,000, right? That's quite close. 50,000, just to make the math a little easier. 50,000 seats with $50 per ticket.
so great. So that would be around 60 million.
Absolutely, yes. 60 million
So
from
for
ticket sales.
60 million for ticket sales,
Hmm.
and then we have 48,000 multiple $10 and multiple to 25, then we could get the amount for the food,
Right.
which is which is which is 12 million
Yes, 12
for the
million.
food, for the food.
Yes.
And then we have a TV right that is 150, and we have sponsorship that is 50, and
Hmm.
then we have 100 for merchandise.
Hmm.
Right.
With
Quick question. So for the merchandise, do we consider the margin as our revenue or the total sales as our revenue?
right. So profit margin being profit over, we want the profit for our team, right? So 25% profit margin. We have
I
1
see.
million. Sorry.
So yeah, we so then we earn 25 million for our merchandise. So right.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, then total would be we add up all the number, then we got 175 and 72, and the total number is 247 million per year. That's our revenue.
Let's just check that really quick. So 60,000 plus 62 million plus 12 million, right? What would that
Yeah.
be?
Oh, that'll be 22. 72. That'll be
Seven-
72.
70,
72.
yeah, around 72. And then plus the 200 million, right?
And then plus 200 million.
Mm-hmm. 150 plus 50, right?
Right. And that would be 272. And also we
Mhm.
need to add 25 million
Mhm.
for the
Great,
merchandise. The total would be 297 million. That's close
great.
to 300 million.
Yeah, 300 million. 300 million for revenue. Great.
Yeah.
So where would you like to go next?
Yeah,
This
for
is
the
this is
next,
go
I
ahead.
like to after we acquire Mercy, so what
Mhm.
how we see the increase in different categories.
Absolutely. So, given Messi's significant commercial draw, the team is expected to sell out every home game and charge $15 more per ticket. The broadcast revenue would increase by 10% and sponsorship would double. And last year, Messi had the highest selling jersey in the world, selling 2 million units. The team expects to sell that many each year of his contract, but it would cannibalize 50% of their current jersey sales. Pricing and margins would remain the same. And also Messi is the second highest player in the world with a salary of $100 million per year, and his agents take a 10% fee annually.
So for the salary, could you repeat the number?
All right, the salary for Messi is $100 million per year, and his agents take a 10% fee annually.
So just to clarify the salary, oh, that is beyond the
Yes,
budget,
beyond the
beyond the
transfer fee.
package we offer, and we still need to pay him 100 million per year.
Well, yeah, we have the transfer fee, right, of $143 million from
Yeah,
earlier. And then on top of that, we have the salary and the agent fee annually.
I see. Got you.
Okay. So
So then,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, please, you have any expect?
So we have some new revenue and cost calculations to make.
Got it. So for revenue growth, now we see the oh, so so first I want to calculate the
Mhm.
ticket revenue that we
Absolutely,
get
yes.
after Mercy. So for the ticket price, that would be $65, and
Mhm.
then we sell 60K every play, and we still hold 25 home matches, right?
Yes.
And then the total would be then the total would be um then the total would be
Well, walk me through your math. 65 times 25, right? How would you do that calculation?
yeah, 65 times 60 times 25.
Mhm.
So 65 times 60 uh would be close to 4,000. Then it's 3,900. Then we could
Mhm.
round it up at 4,000, and then times 25. Then
Well, 400,000, right? So $65 per of ticket times 60,000 seats, $400,000. So what would the revenue be after the acquisition? What would be the revenue be after the, the acquisition for tickets?
that would be 100 million, right?
Yes, yes,
That would be 100 million.
just about, yes.
Yeah, just about the 100 million. So for the then the food and beverage, and we still sell at the same amount, right? Or we
$10, yeah, $10
yeah, we
per.
still sell it at $10, but the seat would be 60K
Mm-hmm.
seat and at 25 play. So that would be 600,000 multiple 25, then that would be 15 million
Yep,
for
15 million.
yeah, for the food. And then for TV rights, we got so increased 15%, right? So did
Increased by 10% broadcast revenue.
a broadcast revenue increased by 10%, and that would be a 150 multiple uh we got 10 more percent, then that is 165
Mm-hmm.
million. And we got the sponsorship uh two times it, which is 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the jersey for jersey sale is so 2 million, and add up to so before that we sell 1 million units, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that will
Yes.
be cannibalized by down 15%, which is only 15 million of our existing sale. And
Mm-hmm.
multiple the the price will keep the same, right? So
Mm-hmm.
multiple the
$100.
$100, 2 million. Wow, then that we will see oh, quick thing. So which is
Yes.
2.85 million multiple 100, that would be a 285 million.
Just make sure it's 50%, not 15%. 50%.
Oh, 50%.
Yeah,
And
50.
then that is 2.5 million and multiple $100. That would be 250 million.
Yes, 250, 2.5 million total jerseys.
Oh, I mean, to be clarified, so for the unit sale is 2 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
The unit that, but the price per unit is $100, right?
Yes.
Then which means, oh, right, and then which means the total number would be 2.5 million, but we only earn 25% of that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
so the amount we earn is 250 million and multiple 25%, which is 40, which is for um 8 48 million. That's around 48 million.
Well, just estimate, right? 2.5 or 250 divided by four, or what would you say, 240 million divided by four? What would that be around? Just the estimate. So 2.5 million divided
Oh,
by
that would
four.
be 58 million, 58.5 million.
It would be over 6 million, right? Because 2.5, 250 million divided by four.
That would be, oh, right. That's a little bit about 60 million.
Yeah, a little bit, about 60.
Yeah, we can round it up at around 60 million to make it easy to calculate,
Sure,
right?
sure,
Can
sure.
we do that? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
sure.
the yeah, the total revenue, before we consider the salary, the total revenue that increase and we got is so a hundred million from the 100 million from the tickets and 15 million from the food,
Mm-hmm.
100 million, 100 million from tickets, 15 million from food, and 165 from broadcast, 100 million from sponsorship,
Mm-hmm.
and we got 60 million from the jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, then the total number would be 280, 380, and 60. Then total number would be for 40 million.
Yes, 440 million. Great.
So yeah, and before we have only 300 million.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a lot. And then we consider the salary is 100 million and the need to plus 10% of the agent fee. So which means we need to spend extra 110 million
Mm-hmm.
a year.
Yes.
So after we subtract the extra cost, that we still got 330 million per year. So we still earn more, earn another 30 million
Mm-hmm.
before.
Yes, we learned another 30 million. Yes.
Yes. So yeah, and consider that if that trend prolonged for next 5 years, then the total number would be 150 million that will cover the package that we offer to Macy, which is 143 million. Yeah.
Great. So the payback period would be around 5 years, just under 5 years.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the CEO and the world soccer community are waiting. What do you tell them?
Yeah. So um could I have a minute to structure myself?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. So yeah, definitely we need to so yeah, our recommendation is a strong yes. We need to acquire Messi and offer him a package at 143. And with the expectation of the next 5 years revenue that will increase 150 million, so that will cover that will reach your target, that we cover the cost within 5 years. And besides that, we could there could be potential upside. For example, with Messi, that we probably could earn the championship that within the next 3 seasons, and after that, we could definitely increase the price, the price we charge for broadcast and the price that we get the sponsorship. That we could also see a substantial increase if Messi could help us to win the championship. And also, and we could consider to increase the beverage sale on the on site. And also probably we could sell more merchandise products. Yeah, that's, and also we need to consider risks, because we are at the 2021. There could be a chance that there will be prolonged period for the pandemic influence. We may not expect so many audience that in the 500 in the next 5 years. So we also need to keep that in mind. So for the next step, I would like to definitely dive into see what's the actual revenue source to cover the potential risk, how to elevate the risk influence. Yeah.
Great. Yay! Yay! Great job. Really great job. Actually, great job. Woo! Great
Well,
job.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for really, I mean, you have been guiding me through
Yeah,
navigating the number a lot. I mean, I got the number wrong a lot of times, many times.
yeah. Well, great. How did that feel? How did that feel overall?
How I feel overall, I think for the structure part, I think the biggest mistake, I would say, the thing is I totally forget I need to consider the other the, I mean, I thought this might be market entry problem, but
Hmm.
actually this is, you're right, this is a M&A problem. So I
Yes,
didn't,
exactly. It's a merge and acquisition. Exactly.
yeah, so I didn't consider the peer and the what's other transaction happening in the market. So that
Hmm.
would be the biggest flaw of my structure. And so for the continue on moving forward on the analysis, I think I could improve a lot on the numbers. Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just walk through. I'll pull up the actual slide deck. Um, I think you did a great job. Like that, this was not an easy one. I mean, you see, it's a fun topic, right? So I said I wondered. Oh, let's do the fun one. But yeah, I think you overall actually did a really great job. I think do not be like too hard on yourself. You did a great job. Um, so okay, so of course, there we go. You asked for the team goal. I'd say ask for this first. Remember, we have the prominent immediately. What's the North Star, the objective, right? So asking that first. I'll say, is there any specific metric that our client has in mind, and so I can share with you that. Um, you asked a great question about how does the team make money, the business model. And I think you asked another question, but regardless, good questions. I think you could have said more about the acquired play. I mean, it seems like you understood that. But so that's like it looks like you had the right questions. I'd say the structure was definitely the weak portion. You had internal and external as the buckets, and the thing is that when I spoke with Eric in my very first case session, he literally verbatim said, no more internal external, no more internal external buckets. If you could write this down, I this has been the number one way to do M&A case. Is number one is looking at the synergies of the M&A. Two would be looking at the acquisition target, which is Messi as so they do here. What is Messi? So the acquisition target. The second would be the actual synergies, right? So it would be the financials, what would be the revenue and costs. Third, you had a great with the external, the competitors, how would they respond? And then fourth would be the operations. So an M&A, like for example, like acquiring like an IT company, right? You'd have to do all these like changing from the Gmail, the Yahoo.com, or from AWS to Microsoft Azure or whatever. So like primarily all M&A cases have those four buckets. And Eric made a big point for me to say, once you have done one M&A case, you have done all of them. And that is basically the structure for an M&A case, is looking at acquisition target, looking at synergies, looking at competitors in the market, and looking at the operational risks. And so definitely the structure was the weaker part of your case so far, but that's okay. This is your very first M&A case, and it is a very out of the box case, so it isn't completely clear this is an M&A case. If this was, for example, um if this was, for example, we did an M&A case with this one. It was a very obvious M&A case. It was, our client is Great Burger, which is like a McDonald's. They would like to potentially acquire a donut company. So it's very, very obvious. What the one we did with what I did with Jared, a very obvious M&A case. And so this one was a very fun one. So it's not too obvious that it was M&A. So I wouldn't be too hard on yourself on that. But basically, yeah, now that you've done one M&A case, you've done all of them. So moving forward, evaluating the asset as a type of asset. So they recommend in this case is evaluate the asset, right? Evaluate like in this one it would be evaluating this donut chain. And but for you, yeah, evaluating the asset. You can also evaluate the synergies. And so we could have maybe jumped into like this would be what the synergies would be, right? But regardless, we got there. And so that was your structure. That was the review structure. Definitely a weak point. But again, this is the first time you're doing an M&A case, and it's an out of the box one. So I wouldn't beat yourself up over that at all. Um, as for the exhibit, what was really key is that the benchmarking, right? So all of these numbers are not so it was good, very good that you asked what Messi's goal contributions were so that you can compare. I think that was great. But the number one thing would be when benchmarking, when comparing all these things, put that into numbers. A number in isolation means nothing. That is like a big key that they made clear in all the training modules. And so getting all these multiples, this was a difficult exhibit. When I actually did this case myself with the case partner I had that ended up getting the job in Toronto. We did this case together. I think I struggled with this exhibit a lot, but basically, yeah. So we have the goal contributions and we have the transfer. Oh, we have the goal contributions and the transfer fee, finding the fee per goal, and then considering age a little bit. We would find that multiple would be about 2.6 or about 2.5 with 55, and so the value would be around 140 million. That is not very obvious. It was definitely not obvious to me. I need to be walked through that too. But just remember that a number in isolation means nothing. All these numbers don't mean anything on their own until they're compared. And so definitely benchmarking was the very key of this exhibit. From there, we went to the brainstorm, right? We went to Canada, the brainstorm how the client makes money. You got all of them. We eventually got there with the food. Oh, this is the ones you missed, but you had TV, you had the merchandise sales. Definitely taking a pause here would have been good to be like, let me give me 20 seconds to just come up with a couple of ideas. And you pretty much we pretty much got all of them in the end. Well, we did get all of them in the end. And so after that, establishing revenue streams and sharing information. The only thing I'd say is just definitely it was good that I gave all these numbers and you went back again and you just made sure, okay, 25, all these things. But definitely listen a little more because I had 60,000 seats. Somewhere you got 60, somewhere you got 6,000, and then
Yeah, I got only 6,000.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then understanding profit margin, and then 83.33. I did say 83.33% full, which is exactly 5.6. So that would have been really easy. It would have been 5.6 times 60,000. That would have mean
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah. But I did
Oh,
I did say
right.
83.33, so that would have made it a lot easier. So yeah, definitely it was good that you made sure you had the numbers right, but definitely listening a little better to make sure you had the exact right numbers. Pretty much, yeah, you got it. 60,000. Basically, you got total revenue 300 million. That is just great, great. Um, so with the total revenue, we move forward. You got all of these, you look good, but again, a little struggle with the profit margin. Just profit margin being total revenue. It would be profit divided by revenue, right? And so our profit here is our revenue here is $100 million. $100 million times the 25%. So that means the profit, or in this case, our ultimate revenue that we add is the 25 million as we have here. So just really just understand profit margin, right? I mean that's like super simple. I mean, this is just something that we haven't done something like this. But definitely profit margin. And yep, we got to the 300 million. Again, we move forward with the significant draw. You got the 100% fill rate, and you got the $65 ticket. You end up getting this too, the 110 and the double the sponsorship, and again the 50% cannibalization rate. Again, I'll have to say a little bit more listening because this was 50%, not 15. So that definitely a little bit more listening. But this is a lot of numbers at once. So I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. And as well, you didn't expect all these numbers just because you haven't done too many cases. So all these numbers coming at once is kind of hard to like, oh my gosh, when does this stop? But definitely, yeah, keep just making sure you get the right numbers. You got pretty much you had 100 million, 15, 260 or 165, and then 100. This was a little bit of a like pulling to. So think about it, right. 2.5 million is 25% margin, and 2.4 million, right, would be just under it is 60 million, right? So 2.5 would be a little bit higher. So splitting up that math really quick, you'd get that. You got the 140, and then you just great. You found the payback period to be under 5 years. Just that was awesome. 30 million incremental profit. Just great. I was great job like finding out the synergy of that 5 years. And then there were a couple of risks that like I mean that were just really specific to the case with older player risk injury. And then yeah, and then you thought it was fair and incremental revenue break. You pretty much got all of this. You pretty much got all of this, and that's you nailed like the recommendation. So that was just great. A couple of risks. I actually really liked what you said about the COVID-19 risk. I thought that was great, and then later just going revenue model. So I mean, if you can see what I'm trying to say for a first time M&A case as well, a very out of the box one. You really did awesome. You really did great. I was
Oh
very
my,
happy.
thank you
Yeah,
so
no,
much.
I'm very excited for like a third like case practice between us. I seriously, you did really great. Especially with the with the math, but overall though and as well you did the math pretty fine. I get even as small is to make sure you listen and get the right numbers. Like that was a little bit like, oh no, this is it was like no, it's 50% canalization rate, and it's 60,000 seats and stuff like that. And as well Eric and I did the made sure he made with our face case session, walk me through the math, right? So we have, okay, 60,000 seats times 83.3, that is about 5.6. So 60,000 times 5.6, that's 50,000, and times $50 per ticket, that's 2.5 million, and then times 25 games, so that's 2.5 million, 2.5 times 5, and then at multiply 10, 2 times 10, that'd be 62 million. So like, and he told me basically the worst thing you could do is just head down, grind it out. Like that's the worst thing you could do. Like it's just because for one you might get it wrong, and then the interview is like, no, that's not right. And then number two is like I'm just kind of just sitting there. I'm like you know what I mean, like kind of looking at you do it. I'm like what are you doing? So that's like the worst thing you can do is just head down and grind. Don't do that. And you didn't really do that. You didn't do that like so like edge case. You did walk me through it, but definitely keeping me in the loop. And so you can see like most of the things are nitpicking. Definitely the weakest portion was the structure.
Gotcha.
But with this being a first time, and this again, this is the first time doing M&A, and it wasn't an obvious M&A case. I think that, and now now you know the structure of an M&A case and just customizing it. So all this stuff. And again, once you do one M&A case, Eric made this very clear. Once I did this case, once you've done one M&A case, you've done them all. So yeah, that's
Well, I mean,
great
you know,
job.
I really love this structure that you just introduced me, the
Exactly.
synergy,
Yeah.
acquisition target, and external competitor and operation risk.
Mhm.
That's kills. That
Yeah,
kills everything.
that
Wow.
that's every
Really good.
single M&A case pretty much. And then you have to customize it, right? Just like they customize it here with the acquisition, like blah blah, blah and the risk, like injury risk, and even the COVID-19 risk you mentioned, competitor like a talent arm. So you just customizing at the very, but that is the structure pretty much for every single M&A case. So again, once you've done one, you've done them all. And so from there, in this particular case that we did, with the M&A case, this is the Great Burger and this is the acquisition target. The first thing we did actually immediately was go into the synergies. And so, we do the and the 15% total store sales difference and the new profit and all this stuff. And so in this example that Eric and I did, we went straight from the structure into the synergies. But in this one, they went from the structure into looking at the acquisition target. So both you see, I mean, both are pretty, but both of them were pretty good. But in the end, we went with this one. But you can start to see how these M&A cases are done, right? So, yeah. And so overall, I really think first time doing this, and I think you did a really great job. And so, yeah, just make sure you get the numbers right. Working on that structure and then benchmarking, I'd say would be the best. And then overall, just like cleaning up your delivery, right? Like cleaning up your delivery of each portion. But overall, just great job, great job. So
Thank
yeah,
you so much, Steve. That's
yeah,
really
yeah,
encouraging. And thank you for walking me through the whole process and your insight and comments is really helpful.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
You're welcome. Let me just send this. Let me just make sure I get this before I forget.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, that was
So
it.
yeah,
Great job, great job. So,
thank you. Thank you. And
any
we can
thoughts,
take
by the
like
way?
a 5 to 10 minutes break. Then
Oh,
I could sourcing a good case for you. Is there anything
great.
special that you want to try for this time?
Um, not M&A, and also by the way, your structure took little less than 2 minutes, like, I think 110 seconds, so that was great. Instead of 120, that was great. And also overall for the case it took 40 minutes, so not bad, but we can bring it down, but to definitely 25, 30, but really really not bad. 40 minutes, not bad. So yeah, and so great. I'm gonna stop the recording now. But any
Okay.
final thoughts before we end it?
No, I think
Okay.
that's pretty pretty good.